Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your wake-up call, take two, for the Wrexham action. Doncaster Rovers beat Wrexham AFC 1-0 in a tough display. Apologies for that. I still see that my internet is not working well, and I don't know if I'm going to battle through it, but we're going to figure it out. But I did reset. It's still not happening. I do not know what to say, but okay. Awesome. That's fantastic. Awesome. I don't understand. I do not understand. But let's see. All good. If I had a dollar for time, this happened to me while I was trying to watch a video on YouTube. Every single other video services work fine except for YouTube. I really don't know. I really don't know. Oh, man. All right. I might go off my thing. I'm going to go. I appreciate everyone sticking with me. I apologize. I wish I knew how to host these things, since my cable company just installed fiber optic to my house for nothing, 300 megs up and down. I have like a gig. There's nothing going on in my house. I'll even shut off the TV up top right there. It's just one of those days where it's not going. I will be calling the company. But anyways, let's go. Unfortunately, next is unfortunately he would be at your house to do it, I think. That's a good word, though. Obviously, John's in the house. Smash a like on the video if you want. I deleted the other one, but eventually I wanted to get him. I have my say. I was on the post 90, kind of in the background a little bit. Red Horde was hosting with the rest of the group. So go follow Red Horde. Go watch the videos after that too. But I wanted to get in and have my say as well. Now for the Wrexham reaction, which we do anyway. So it's good to see everyone. It's good to see everyone. Yes. Toughest match in the run-in. Hugh said, Hugh was the toughest match in the run-in. And this match killed me. It killed me for many, many, many different reasons. I started watching the Phil Parkinson interview. And by the way, thank you, John, Nick, Hugh, get involved in the chat. We can keep this going as long as the internet doesn't go tits up, and have a bit of a discussion. I was not impressed what happened today. I was not expecting that. We did not show up. I don't know what I watched today in certain ways. We had technical issues earlier. We had Ken on, and sometimes oh man. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm literally watching my face on camera. How is that possible? How? I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Speed, that's good. Effing type. I feel like we're on dial-up right now. Drained my whole day. Absolutely. I do not know what's going on. Hugh Davies says there was not much between the teams, but Doncaster were very good defensive from the start to the finish. No, they were very good. Doncaster showed up today. They played free-flowing football, and I was very impressed with what they did. So on that note, I'm going to share with the Parker what Parky had said afterwards too. And I said, you can see I watched this one a little bit here. I watched a little bit of that. But I'm going to bring this back, and we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it together. We're going to pick the bones out of this right now.
I didn't think we did enough to win it. Probably second half we deserved a draw, but all round we were quite out the races tonight, and our quality level wasn't where it needed to be against a good side.
All right, so right there, he admitted it's a good side. He knew going into it was a good side. So, a fair play to Parkinson that he, obviously knew he's going in to see a good side. We weren't good enough in certain area. I was shocked despite how he went out to do that. But what's he gonna say? We couldn't create anything. We could not create anything.
Too many chip giveaways in the first half, and when the moments came, we didn't make the keeper looking up, and there was a looseness in our play in the first half. And wanted to get the lads in the dressing room at half time. But
all right, let's stop. He's talking about halftime. All right, so let's talk about halftime here. And how? By the way, I don't know if you can hear any of what he's saying, because I'm literally watching it and I'm watching it not go correctly. This might not work tonight, everyone. This really might not work tonight, and I really apologize. Anyways, so what he's saying there, he's like, we didn't work deeper. I think we had one shot on goal or one shot at all in the first half. It was really bad. We just didn't deliver. I don't know what it was. I thought we put out the right team, but the team did not deliver. For whatever reason, the chemistry was not working tonight. It was not working tonight. It was not going to be in our favor. They're talking about going to halftime.
Cross came in, and we should have stopped the cross, but when it came in, we should have dealt with it. And second half, obviously, we were better. The quality of our play was at a level above again. It was the first half, but still, we had chances to make that work. We didn't take them. That's frustrating because the results went for us yesterday, and there was a chance tonight to put a gap between ourselves and the chasing pack.
Yeah, so I agree with all what he's saying there too. The gap between everyone in the chasing pack, and I think that's all really good. And it's just so frustrating. It's just he looks frustrated. He's a man. He's a manager who looks frustrated. And I apologize. He's probably as frustrated as I am with actually my internet tonight. And I'm not. I can hear the audio pretty good. Alita Atilo TV. Yeah, it's not normally like this. I really, really apologize. Maybe we should get zodiac readings for all the teams and then put them together. And by that, for some reason, yeah, we need to do something like that. Doncaster didn't allow us to play that well. Parkinson did do good. Did a good, honest interview. Yeah, he did. And listen. Ultimately, Ultimately, come here. Ultimately, is on the managers and the players. We got to go out and play the match. We did not go out and play the match today. And I said before the match, we needed to play the match, not the occasion. And I don't believe we did either. We didn't play the match. We didn't play the occasion. We came out and we looked flat. Halftime, he did something he never does. And he mentioned it later on in the interview, and I'm trying to reserve it. He put on Barnett for Bolton. Now, Bolton wasn't having a bad game. He wasn't having a great game. The whole team wasn't having a great game. But he went out and he changed Bolton. That's what he did. He went out and he thought that I wanted Bolton in because he wanted to get Bolton up to that. He wanted to get him from across it. Whatever it is. He had him up. So that's the guy he trusts more than Bolton. He thought that Bolton was the for lack of a better word, the player that was lacking and why we lost. While we were losing. Man, let me ask you this a lot. Do I battle through this and keep going? I know the internet is absolute crap. If the audio is there, great. You just let me know. If it's that bad, I will pull this out. And I apologize. But right now I'm going to keep on. Anyways, so he thought that Bolton was the problem. He brought on Gio later. He brought off Boyle. It's okay now. Okay, thank you, Hugh. He brought off Gio. He brought on Gio later. He brought on Fletcher. It was one of those power through it, brother. All right, thank you, Aaron. I'm going to keep going. Keep going. I apologize, and thank you all for sticking with me. It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you. And as you know, it hurts me more than it hurts you. I'll tell you that right now because it's embarrassing. All good for now. Okay, Nick. Thank you. So anyway, let me listen to what he's saying right now a little bit more. Let me know if you guys.
We haven't taken it, and now we've got to, get up tomorrow morning, look at the table, and understanding that we're still in a good position. We've got to make sure that we've got that edge about us at the weekend, Colchester, to go and take all the hard work we've done so far this season. Go and capitalise on that. And tonight, they're a good side. I said before the game that. They are a form team in the division over the last 10 games, so we knew that, but I still felt we could have done better in a lot of areas of the game tonight.
Okay, so I read that as, for me right now, and I'm going to bring my fat face back in, I feel like he knows his team let him down. I think he feels like he knows his team let him down. We had an opportunity. Results went our way yesterday. And a team let him down. Like I said, he knows this side. This side has been informed. They were. I think if John was in here, not John Hampton. Not that I don't respect John Hampton's research, but John H has it. I think they've only lost one game out of the last 6 or whatever it is. This is a team that is inside. They can go and they can deliver. I watched the game against Crawley Town. They were fantastic. There was end to end. I thought number 47 for them was their player. And going into this, I was not. I was probably more confident going into the match. I was probably more confident going to the match against Manfield Town than tonight, because this is unexpected. Whenever we drop down to these lower leagues, it goes pear-shaped really bad. Hey, producer Ann's in the house. It goes really bad. So it's like I expected more out of us. I really, really did. And I don't know. I don't know. I have no perspective yet, but I've not been around enough to know the game long. John, you've been on long enough, and you're all in. You're all in. I'm going to put this up there too. In case anyone wants to come in, I'm going to put it up there because I'm one, for the internet, and two, because I'm struggling it myself. So the goal. Let's talk about the goal. Cross came in. I said we were sitting through. If you're watching the watch along, I said the cross came in, and they were sitting deep, and all of a sudden, bang, back in the net against the goal. Is against short side against AO. AO has done fantastic this season, but his short side, he kind of like pulled up on it, and he didn't go for it completely. He didn't lay out for it. It was almost like he thought it was going to go wide. I'm not sure if he got a shout or whatever, but he didn't go for it. I thought that was very, very interesting. It was not a crap goal. It wasn't the crap goal for sure. By the way, it's not my cup. That's producer Ant's cup. Even though it's Tuesday. The goal was so innocuous. It wasn't anything. It was they were playing well. It was close to the post this year. It was close to the post. I thought he could have got it. I did. I really did. And we're talking about, I know I'm jumping around a bit because tonight I did not do the research, and now I'm more pissed off because of my internet than anything else. Probably the loss. But I thought he could have got it. I don't know what it is. I thought he could have got that. I really did. I'm going to go on and talk a little bit more about what Parky has to say. Moving on here.
Unchanged back-to-back victories. There was like personal range at half-time where I racing with balls. What was the thinking behind that?
I just felt we needed Barney's bit of quality. The balls have been great for us, but I just felt we needed, the lad had been booked as well, and we needed to get Ryan on that. And yeah, he had moments. He had a great.
So hold on. Bolton was booked. Is that what he's saying? Bolton was booked. Okay, fair enough.
To score, and he got some good crosses in, but Bolt's unlucky because he's done well for us, but sometimes you've got to make a decision.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's do that. So what he's saying is Barney, so he's using hi guy. Hey Fraz, how you doing? How are you? Fraz, just to let you know, internet is absolute destroyer tonight. It's killing the show, but we're going to battle through, and we're in and thank you for having me on. How was your show today? I know you had a show today. I hope everything's okay with you. Anyways, what did you make of the game, Fraz? What did you make of the game? So here's the deal. So let me shut this. It's still work day. Still work day. Producer hands on. It's still a work day. All right. So he said he pulled off Bolton because he thought Barney can get crosses in, A, and B, Bolton was on a card. Bolton didn't play bad. The whole team played bad at that point. So I'm not sure what that was about, but he said it's unfortunate. He's played well. He said, I had to make a decision. What I'm seeing there is he's saying, I trusted Bolton more than Hugh wants to come in. Hugh, you want to come in, dial this mess up? You want to come mix it up with us tonight? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, he went out. Done. It's tricky. He was thinking it could be hit the post. Maybe I think he said about the goal. Let's go a little bit more. What Parkinson has to say here too.
In the second half, we were that level up compared to the first half. After the Tranmere game, we spoke about the decision to maybe switch the formation and go to a different style. Today, we did that, and it made that difference, but it wasn't quite there, was it, in the end?
Yeah, I mean, we're a bit unlucky because we've had a goal disallowed, which, when you review it, Moses touched it, but there's a lad on the linesman's side who looks like he's level with Moles, and it could easily have been given. So, a bit of bad luck there. Fletcher's had a great header towards the end. The keeper's made a terrific save. But over the course of the game, whether it's whatever system we played or whatever personnel, we've had, I think, 15 shots, but not enough of threatening the goalkeeper. We've had set play situations. Won the first half where Boyley's headed it back, cross the goal. Great chance to go and score, and we didn't take it. And yeah, listen, I said they're a decent side, but we've had enough moments to to at least make the goalkeeper. When we got the chance to get rooms, we were absolutely clinical and like about us.
All right, Hugh's in the house. Brought him in. I'll bring him in real quick. I remember the internet is absolute crap, so I apologize. Hugh, what you hearing from the manager there? Oh, his internet.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm having a few problems myself, actually. Are you hearing me all right?
I hear you. I hear you all right. It's just going to be the bad internet show tonight. It's going to be the free. Yeah. Okay.
I'll just keep it to audio at the moment because it's a bit iffy. I can tell on your side. It's okay. Yes. I'll keep it on the audio because I think the video will probably wreck it. But I could tell on the match. I could tell from the very beginning it was going to be a hard game. They were so quick and moving around. Their passing was good. They were behind the ball when they needed to be. And we never seemed to get a break on them. They were always there defending. But they also attacked, so they were a good side. I mean, they were better than Mansfield. They were really good.
Run that real quick. I think they were looser than Mansfield. And I think they played loose. They played like I kept saying on our show, is that they were very loose. They played very, very loose. It was like a scrimmage to them, Oh, there you go. I lost you. Internet's actual crap. Chicky Brewer as a new member. Actually, she is my first follower. Chicky Brewer is my first follower on anything. So Chicky Brewer, thank you so much. And on the night where my internet is absolute crap. Thank you, Chicky. Good to see you. Good to see you. Aaron, I don't know. That sounds like a lovely Welsh accent to me. Yes, you is right from Wales. Fraz says, no problem. I'm good. Thanks. A really unfortunate result, but we just didn't show up. We did not show up. Welcome, she also says. Laugh a lot. Aaron, story time with Hugh. Yes. I'm so sorry about the internet tonight. I really, really apologize. Anyways, he's going to come back in. But anyways, I'm going to bring him. Let me see if this works. How's that working? Hugh, it's all bad news.
Sorry about that. I made a few mistakes.
Hugh, listen, let's blame it on my internet tonight. And I might, Ivan, if you're out there, man, you want to drop in. The internet is absolute poor tonight.
You can't be blamed for the internet. It's variable all the time, and it just happens. Yeah. There must be some big baseball game going on with lights or something.
I think it's because
an American football game, on, and everybody's streaming it, all around the West Coast. Or something's happening on the West Coast. They're all watching it, Don't worry about it.
Give us your 90 seconds. Go on. Give us your 90 seconds before Ivan comes in and tells you how great it was.
It was for the neutral. I wasn't a neutral, obviously, but it was quite a good game. It was a good advert for the League Two. In fact, I would say both those teams are likely to be promoted into League One quite soon. Probably Doncaster next season, but hopefully us this season. It was a good match. It was very equal, but they just had something about their defense. They just had. I didn't think they were that dangerous at the beginning, but they.
Hugh, we didn't lay a glove on them. We did not. No,
because there was always 5 players in front of Mullin, or there was always 5 players there stopping us. When we were on the attack, they were there waiting for us, and they were getting in the way. They were tackling, they were blocking, they did everything right.
I would equate it to. Sorry, one sec, real quick. New member, John Hampton. Thank you. Thank you, John Hampton. I appreciate it. First time in there. Love it. Thank you so much. And get involved in the membership and everything. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But no, I thought they played with freedom. We played scared. And I didn't expect that today.
Yeah,
I did not expect that today.
They've just won 4 games on the trot. They're playing at home to their own fans. A very nice stadium, by the way. I was really impressed by that. Mm-hmm. And remember, only 2 years ago, they were in League One. And a few years, they have been in the Championship not that long ago.
Yep.
So this club has gone up high heights. They've just had a bit of a low recently,
Hmm.
but they've got a lot of a lot of good things. A big stadium, a pitch looked perfect to me.
But great. Yeah.
I know it was raining. I couldn't tell it was raining, but the
No,
pitch was perfect.
it was
Perfect.
perfect. It looked
Nothing
great.
wrong
The
with it.
stadium did look good. Aaron says that her wingbacks penned in all game. I mean, tactic wise, you know, I mean, that's part of it. That's just part of it. And also, Matt Al says, why Dolby? Utter crap. The Walking Dead. Like, where was JM? Those are like fringe stuff. And Aaron makes a great point, and also Matt Al makes a good point. But it's like, I said, this is the wake up call. Okay, this is the wake up call for me. I don't know if you're there yet. I'm there. This is my wake up call.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think we all knew this game was going to be tough. And I said, when people asked me how many points,
Let me press you on that. Let me press you on that. Why?
okay,
Why was this game going to be tough? Let's not go high. Let's go like, why was this game going to be tough? Tell me why.
first of all, Doncaster have had a complete change of team in mid-season, about February. They've started on a. I'm not sure there's a new manager come in, but there's something changed. They've changed everything just about. They're a different team altogether, and the results prove it. They just won the last 4 before tonight. So, yeah, I didn't know how good they were going to be. I said 3-2 to Wrexham. Just guessing. But obviously, I hadn't seen Doncaster play. I hadn't seen any at all. So I was wrong. They were a good team. They were better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were just a bit better. They were they didn't push themselves too far forward. They always had somebody in defence. But we didn't get really pressing them until the last 20 minutes. We did give them a good go. We were just a bit unlucky. One of our guys had a header, didn't he? Number 26.
It was Fletch.
Fletcher had a header towards the end. That could have gone in on a different day. It didn't. And then we had that goal that was disallowed. Mullin was probably offside. It's a bit questionable, but it was just a bit of bad luck. We got a bit of luck against Mansfield. We didn't get it today. But overall, if you look at the game, like we said, we had a bit of luck on Friday, but really we were the better team. And again, tonight, we didn't get the luck, but really, they looked the better side.
They did.
Right through.
By the way,
and you just gotta accept that sometimes,
I don't think we'll accept it, and I'm not going to go to Ivan first. I'm going to go to Ruby first, Ivan, Hugh. Ruby, and by the way, Hugh's all in. Internet sucks tonight. I apologize. I know Ivan wants to have his say, but I'm going Ruby first. Go on, because I know Ivan's going to. Go on.
I will always defer to Ivan.
No, you will not. Ladies
He's
first.
in a vehicle. Did you have a question? I'm just so full of Thai food right now. I can hardly think straight.
I saw your picture. Good job.
Oh my God, so good. That's how you heal like inner pain and trauma. Quality Thai food.
All in.
Well, and I don't know if Ivan will recognize this or if it's just stateside.
Don't spill it. Don't spill it.
It's got a cap on. But yeah, Core, Ukrainian premium platinum vodka. It's just like water, which is definitely not in my mug.
No, it's not in your mug.
And they do not yet endorse the local pundit as a sponsor. But I imagine that somebody could write a letter.
I think the first endorsement should be a razor for my face. Oh, my days.
It should be hats. I should have worn a hat. The hat game is strong on this stream.
The hat game will be strong.
Especially Hughes. I love Hughes' hat.
Yeah, Hughes got a good hat. Hughes got a good hat on. I think he's eating dinner. What are you thinking? Hey, by the way, Ivan, how are you? By the way, good to see you, brother. You and I endured that. Ruby, I know you were on the show earlier. Let's get the rundown from you. I mean, I changed my shirt. I put a white shirt on because I'm waving the white flag. Wake up call. That's it. There you go.
I mean, you would get more attention if you waved your hat. I was about ready to ask for that if I could see it all the way out here from LA. Is he in distress? The hat is the signal. The hair.
Okay. All right. That's it. All right. Go on. I got enough from earlier.
By the way, I had nothing to do with the insurrection on January the 6th in 2021, by the way. Nothing to do with me.
I appreciate that.
No
I think
politics, no religion. No politics, no religion. There you go.
How about jokes? Tasteful jokes.
Okay, jokes. Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
All right, I hope it's not messed up by your internet since we're going through yours.
No, mine's crap. My internet's crap. All right,
again,
game.
This is for Ivan. Caitlin,
Ivan, go on. It's your turn, Ivan.
Okay,
Nah. Send it, Ruby. Send it.
Caitlin Clark can smash records and reach the Final Four, but Ivan can dribble a bowling ball.
He doesn't know who Caitlin Clark is. You think he knows who Caitlin Clark is?
He can dribble a bowling ball. It doesn't matter if he knows who Caitlin is or not, but I think everybody at least knows the name.
Yeah.
It's amazing you can spy on Ivan. He's in New Zealand. You must have a special camera on him, I think.
He's in there. All right. Go ahead.
First of all, good to see you all, ladies and gents. Greetings from New Zealand. The number of times I had to practice deep breathing and counting to 10 today, it's crazy. I gotta say, the first half of this game, we reverted back to that old version of Wrexham. I'm not sure if it was Parky's word to play the long ball again, or the boys just were tired and they didn't want to move and they just wanted to take the easiest route from A to B. But the first half, the score should have been 4-0, 3-4-0. We absolutely sucked. It was, everybody's talking about Doncaster and how good they are and they are a different team. I don't give a flying
watch it
how good they are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about us. We want to go up. We have a mission. We have a job to do, and we failed. Today we have failed for one reason or another. I don't care. I don't care about that other team. I honestly don't. You do your homework. You prepare for the game. This team for you is not a surprise. You know exactly who plays on that team. You know exactly the results that they got the last 5 games. You as a manager study every freaking second of those games, and you do what needs to be done to win if you want to go up. No excuses. And I listened to Parky, and he's saying that they are a good side. I don't care if they're a good side. Win. You have the best players in the division.
Can I come in here now, Josh? Yeah, but the thing is, they're a good team because they can stop us doing what we want to do.
We played the way that we don't need to be stopped. We receive the ball in our half, and we hoof it. We don't hold it. We don't try to build anything. Look at the possession.
Well, I'll bring it up. I have it up here. By the way, I'm just to let y'all know, I'm enjoying to have a good new people on too. Go on.
That's true. That's true. We did. I noticed that our left-sided centre back was hoofing it again. That's his usual thing. There was a bit too much hoofball. It wasn't high up in the sky, and it wasn't all the time. But we failed to get down our right side because Bolton was, well, that other guy, I forget his name, but on their side was really good. So he changed it. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, but
it wasn't too bad if we don't want to get up. It was okay.
Yeah. So let me roll the stats out.
It was. Look, you lose. I mean, there'll be other teams that'll lose matches as well. We watched it yesterday. Only one team won.
I don't care about other teams. Honestly, I don't care about other teams.
I think what
That's a
I
fair
hear
statement.
On a different game, we could have
Go ahead.
won
You-
2-1.
Go ahead, Ruby.
But
Go ahead.
But
okay, that
we
might have been
can't beat everybody.
agreed. But today was not the day that we were going to deliver the performance that in the past it seems like we've demonstrated. And I think that what I am understanding from what I've been saying is that the other team didn't have to be good and were not necessarily good and are probably appropriately placed in the table with their previous performances. We didn't show up and deliver a performance that required a good team to beat us. Now, I might be wrong, but I feel like that's where Ivan's coming from just on that,
No, and I think that's great. It's good perspective. I'm going to keep it Ruby to pass to Ivan real quick. And I only took Hugh out because I think he's having a dinner or something like that. So I'm going to keep the Ruby to pass to Ivan real quick. So you're not going to believe the stats because they don't add up, right? They had 13 shots. We had 15. They had 6 on target. We had 1. Okay. Possession, 51-49, probably from the second half. 10 fouls to 11, 2 to 3 yellow cards. We had 5 corners. They had 4. I mean, those stats that's a balanced game of a 1-0 game, but it didn't feel that way, right, Ruby? I mean,
No.
Go ahead.
What I was saying is that I stopped at the first half. I didn't talk about the second half.
No, you did.
That was
fair.
Okay, go for the second.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the vodka in there. She doesn't have the vodka in there, Ivan. Stop.
No.
The first half, we completely failed. We completely failed for one reason or another. I'm not going to go into that because we don't talk about Parky anymore. The second half, something crazy happens. We have a halftime sub. So for one, again, I'm not going to go into that. We just have a fact that first time this season,
Why did he do it? He said because he was on a card, but that's not why he trusts Barton.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
No. It's I'm again. Josh, get back here. Get back here.
Sorry, Josh. I apologize.
I hope it's better
direct.
internet.
Yeah. No, we're not talking about Parky anymore. So
No, we're not.
I'm not going to go into the details, and it's only speculation. Only they know why it happened. But the second half, all of a sudden, we decided that okay, we actually now we got nothing to lose. We changed the formation, and it was just one big pile up. But the key thing is that we still had no structure. There was no structure. There was no patterns. There was no rhythm. It was just a pile up. I call it spray and pray. Hoop the ball into the box this time. Spray and pray.
I get it.
Well, it's speaking to some other aspects of life. To me, is that where accuracy, precision, or necessarily training may not. You are going the wrong way. I was speaking more in like military terms or things like that. Okay. Yes. All right. As soon as you said that, I could see it, and it gave some labeling for what I was watching as far as the dynamics. And I hadn't ever really thought of that as a philosophy, but it's not that far from how we refer to hoofball, as far as its reliability, I guess. Oh, there's you.
Yeah, Hugh's back. Hugh's eating his dinner. And back to Ivan. I personally think that while we can't win them all, this is Fraz. I think this is becoming squeaky bum time. Like, put it on. It's all in squeaky bum time. All of it. Yeah. By the way, spray. Ivan,
guys, hold on a second. I'm not finished yet.
Yeah,
you're
not done with
again. I'm not saying that we have to win it all, but what I would like to see, this team playing positive, constructive football. And if we lose, I have no problem with that. Play constructive. It's fine. But when we play this football, we asking to lose.
Yes.
I am not an idiot to say that we have to go and win everything. I'm talking about the quality of the game.
Right.
Well, from your previous comments before when I've watched the stream, I feel like you have kind of a bigger picture or longer term vision of what it takes to improve the core of the team and bring up the level of play, the consistency, which is really skill building, and then enough, as you were talking about muscle memory, you get enough, you don't even think about it, you just perform, as well as having teammates that you are on the pitch with enough to have almost, a psychic bond without even looking at each other. And that certainly did not happen today.
I love this, by the way. I love the new Ruby slippers. Ivan.
I think that Ruby is she's so right. And finally, somebody spoke about, that's another reason why I'm not happy with the management, is because quite often what people do, they sacrifice long-term development, long-term success for short-term gains. Yeah. And that is only fine up until it lasts. Once that comes back to bite you on the butt, the ship sinks really, really fast. So what is happening right now is that that's why we're so unstable, is because I don't see any system. There's nothing even in inception. That's why we either throw a kitchen sink or we play out. The thing is that the boys look like they had.
We're all thinking it. Ivan's the one who could throw a kitchen sink down the field.
A kitchen sink.
So I call it a pile up. It was like the second half was a pile up, and that's what when I watched that game, the Stockport game, even though it was a horrible game, they did not do that. They methodically broke them down, and they scored a good goal. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's why they're on top. And they had their wobble. Everybody had their wobble, right? Mm-hmm. So boys had lead in their legs. They went all out during the Mansfield game, and they got so drained. Don't we do medical checks before the game? Do we see the fitness, the condition? Get other guys on the pitch. Let them play. If those guys who played today are so tired mentally and physically, you're there to assess them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Assess them. And if they're tired and not recovered, play somebody else.
I think it's a mental fatigue. And let's take on this question here real quick. And I don't mean to point it out. We'll go to Hugh, then we'll go to Ruby, and then we'll go back to Ives on AO and the goal. Let's talk about the goal real quick. Hugh,
the goal, right. Well, they put a cross in from the left. And one of our guys was next to him, but the other guy, he jumped higher. And he put a good header in. He was going very close to the right post. And I think Okonkwo thought, I don't know what's happening here. Is it going to hit the post? I don't want to go for it if it's the post. And then rebounds, and I'll lose control. So he probably thought,
I thought he pulled out.
In a split second, I'll just let it do what it wants to do, and then I'll grab it off the post or something like that. Mm-hmm. Who knows? I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But
Ruby, what do you think?
That's what made it difficult for him. I think if it was in a different place, he might have got that. But he wasn't far away, was he? He was in the 6-yard box.
Near post, and so he's got a problem with near post.
Yeah. I don't think Okonkwo's to blame for that. What's to blame for that is somebody should have jumped higher than him, blocked the header,
Yeah, Ruby, you agree with that?
Or block the cross or whatever.
I like AO. I did not, and I haven't taken this too. What I like AO. I thought he kind of just one of those like Ole.
Mm. What do you think? It was a very, very, very well placed shot, man. I gotta say, it was a very well placed shot.
Yeah, Ruby, you think same thing?
I did the horrible thing of really following the ball in that moment and haven't watched a lot of replays back. Yeah. But I often struggle because I don't find Arthur to be terribly emotive in the moment. I mean, you'll see him if he expresses emotion. Usually it's after the fact when he's pissed off that something didn't go right. And then, he'll hit the ground or something like that. So as far as having the background with the sport, much less that position of trying to guess his thought process in all the different decisions that might have made sense and how to address it, I am not your gal. I thought it looked like it would have been hard to stop to me based on the angle that I initially saw. But if Ivan says that it was a good placement, then I think.
Don't let the hairline fool you. Come on, he doesn't know everything.
Oh no! I mean, he just told me that I made such great sense because I basically parroted back 3 days of his previous statements to him. I'm learning. I showed up to learn.
My goal, by the way, on the whole stream is to make Hugh take the hat off and Ivan to smile. That's it. So
I am smiling.
Well done, Hugh.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
By the way, the way we played tonight, this is my take on why it all happened.
Go on.
We would probably try to play more through the midfield and pass it more, but the players could tell straight away that they were good in the midfield. They were at it everywhere. They were going to be breaking that down. So some of the players who normally hoof it were hoofing it more.
Yeah.
And they were thinking, we don't go through that. They're all over us,
Hugh, you think we
they were.
outplayed?
They were. I can perfectly understand that.
Hugh, do you think we got outplayed or outcoached? Sorry, do you think you got outplayed or outcoached? And I'll pass this back around. Did we get outplayed or outcoached?
I'm talking about the players. They can tell. Can we get a pass, an easy pass? No, not all the time, but a lot of the time. So that's my take. Maybe we were just Mullin. I thought tonight was very impetuous. He was trying to get free kicks. He got one. Yeah, well, he should get free kicks when he deserves one. But he was trying it on a bit too much for me, and I don't like that with him. I don't like that what he was doing there. Gives the ref excuse to say, flopping or whatever. I don't like that. One other thing, I think Parky made a mistake. He underestimated this team. Mind you, he doesn't know how long what's his name Evans can play, George Evans, because I thought in hindsight, which is a great thing, he should have started. He should have started that match.
Over who?
Because when he came on, they could play through the midfield, but better.
Over who?
So, sorry?
Who is Gio going to start over?
Sorry?
Who will Gio? He may not hear me. Who's Gio going to start over?
Well, to be honest, I can't remember who he replaced, but he needs to play.
Well,
he needs to play tonight. But obviously, he's coming back from injury. I don't know how long he can last. But he was needed, and it was better when he came on. There was more fluency in the midfield, and they were passing in the midfield. And we did improve, and the second half was better. And we really, it was working a bit better. I looked good, actually.
So on that note,
periods.
On that note, Ivan, so are you going to go 2 in the middle, the pivot, for the next match to secure games that hold the midfield with the double pivot? And
I would like to play.
Go on.
I would like to play Gio and Stash together. To be honest, from now on, even if it's for Cannon, or even if it's Lee who needs a little bit of a break, I would like to see them two playing together, because they looks like, again, we're relying on the decisions of the players, and they are the only 2 players who can build a little bit of a link-up play through the middle. We don't have anybody else really who can do that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ivan. I thought McLean had a slightly down game today. He wasn't effective, as and of course, I can't remember his name now. I can't remember some names now. I'm sorry about this. The guy who went off, left centre back,
Bolton.
Left centre. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Left centre back. He went off. Tall guy, tall guy.
Boyle, the gentleman.
Boyle, yeah, Boyle. Sorry, remember that. Boyle, he didn't have a good game. He came off.
By the way, sorry, Hugh. Her favorite player
down there, because he was better afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Ruby's favorite
player. By the
way,
Cleworth had a great game. Cleworth did really well.
Yeah.
He started coming down and putting shots at himself. It shows there was obviously something needed, and he stepped in. That was good. It wasn't all bad. He only scored 1 goal. I mean, to me, it's not a wake-up moment for me. If we'd have lost 3-0, I would say, yeah, that is a problem. But
here's why I had a wake-up call.
Wonder.
We're losing out on games. We're losing out on games. Ruby.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
yep,
I understand. But
couple things on the Boyle.
I don't think it's as bad as you think. I think we'll pick up from this.
I agree. Matt Al says, Ruby says, AO lacks keeper aggression. I've seen keepers wrap themselves around the goal post and stop that shot going back to the goal. Psychologically, he still has got an injury in his mind. So half-hearted hurts more than commitment. So on that note, and I'll give you this one too, Ruby. Do we think that Stash and for Boyle and Evans, the back line or the midfield? So basically what he's saying is they push Stash back in to put Gio in the midfield. So we have 2 people that can step on the ball. What do you think?
Well, to start with, I don't have answers. But that question about, or the comment, Matt Al's comment about AO did remind me of when the challenge where the guy basically rolled over him. It looked on the stream like he might have made contact with Arthur's face. And so my first thought was, I expected to see Arthur turn his face away or something in anticipation of the impact. Didn't see that from the angle that I was at, but certainly brought to mind for me that he might be carrying it with him after that. Just as a reminder of how close things can get if it's a knee instead of a ball or whatever. I did want to talk about, based on, as far as earlier today, where we all stood on our back 3, Boyle is technically not my favorite player. McLean is. But Boyle
did I miss that?
Yeah, he's a sentimental favorite. I've appreciated his, slow incline towards, You
like the gentleman, though.
Yeah, absolutely champion. Because it takes grit. And when you have a team like this, to not even just stand out, but to be able to kind of keep up with the reputation for the caliber of players that we have is tough. I mean, it's got to be tough. One small slip and you have all these other people of tremendous quality who could, I don't know, lack of a better term, outshine you, if not necessarily take your specific spot.
Yep.
But I did want to get people's take because for me, towards the beginning of the first half, it was the Boyle show. I have never heard the commentator say his name so many times, and he seemed to be getting a little more confident, continuing on that crescendo for me as far as, being able to assert himself, but with the care to maybe not make needless fouls. Or, it's one thing if they're strategic and you have to make a sacrifice for the greater good, but I was really feeling optimistic. And obviously the header, I called for a Boyle goal. It didn't happen, but I was trying to put it out into the universe for him. And I don't know if I jinxed him instead. So I wanted to know, what do we think? I mean, to me, does this take away from what he's given us the past several games? Is he just psychologically impacted I know we had Dibble in the past who felt more of a crushing weight of expectation and criticism. Boyle knows how he was treated before when, red card or, had an error on the field.
Yeah.
Does he find that harder to put behind him while still on the pitch than maybe some other players? Or do we think he's getting his spot on Saturday and he'll be playing and starting?
I'll give my take.
I think he's a tough man. He's a tough man. He's good at defending, the old-fashioned defending, heading away, knocking away, and all that. He wasn't bothered. He did have a good start, actually. Yeah, he did have a good start, but he tends to pull long balls in.
He was all over.
Yeah, he did well. Nobody had a bad game today. Only maybe Bolton because he wasn't effective.
Nobody had a good day, though, Hugh.
Nobody had a bad game. Nobody had a terrible game. He wasn't terrible. It was just they scored 1 goal. That's all,
So Hugh thinks Boyle will be back starting on Saturday?
I think he probably will be. Okay. We'll be going down to Southend to Colchester. We'll probably play. We always play. We have less possession usually, and we'll probably go on the counter with it. We'll go on the counter.
Out there right now. Sorry, Ruby.
But the thing is, put it a little bit of perspective. I've watched tons of football over the years. I used to watch Match the Day every single Saturday. I've been watching Wrexham since 1969. I could take a 1-0 loss away from them. It's just normal. It happens now and again. Not that often at the moment. But I've been watching some. If you think that was bad, I watched us lose 5-0 at home.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I did too.
Even more than that. Once we lost 7-2 at home to Gateshead. So I've that was a marginal loss. A marginal loss. I understand where you're coming from because you're new to football or you're new to Wrexham and everything. We're not any different. We're not major. We do. The only thing I will say about Wrexham, I always feel, although I'm obviously biased and always a bias, we don't always get the rub of the green from the refs. But that's just everybody in every team thinks that.
I'll tell you this, going back into that, Hugh, I'll tell you this real quick. We're playing Colchester on the weekend. And to Ruby's point, and I agree with you, Boyle should be in the lineup. He'll be in the lineup. Yeah. I've been sitting confidently and talking about Colchester moving into this weekend. And we have it's Tuesday. We got Tuesday. We're going to do shows every day before we get up to this, okay? Ruby makes great points in regards to the fact that, that he was out there playing, and Boyle. I think Boyle solidified his space. The back three are great. I'm going to put it to Ivan and Ruby in regards to coming out of this. How are we going to fix the problem? And I actually know what Ivan's going to say, but I'm still going to put it out there.
No.
I know what he's going to say. Let's hear it.
Go on.
You want to hear the whole lot about the long balls again?
No,
to be honest, guys.
I want you to put your phone down first so I can see your face.
We only see your nose, and there you are.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Now to be honest, guys. Now I don't even know. I don't even know anymore what we're gonna do because the only thing that I can hope for right now is that it actually was a wake up call, and we put ourselves in a situation when we're almost gonna need some more. We're gonna need some help from other teams now.
Yes.
We can't. Arguably, we can't lose anymore, and arguably we can't even draw anymore because now it's not in our hands anymore. So I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. To be honest,
take that one, Ivan. Ivan, take that one. Poke that out, Ivan.
I don't know if you can see it. It's got to be real small on his phone.
Is it? So can we sit?
I don't think you're correct there, Ivan. The maximum that MK Dons can get is 83. We've got 4 games left. They've got 71 points. We've got 15 points to win. So it's still in our hands. But it's a little bit of a wake-up call.
It's squeaky bum time, Hugh. Hugh, it's squeaky bum time.
Yeah, well, it will be right to the end, won't it?
So I
will be worried if we don't at least get a point at Colchester. I'll be worried. I will certainly be worried if we lose at Colchester.
Okay.
A point would be just about bare adequate, but we need a win there. Obviously, we need to win every game. If we can. And then we got some difficult matches. Crawley are doing well. We've got to play them at home. We got Forest Green, who beat Crewe 3-0 away recently. So we've got it, but at home we usually do well.
Let me put this out there. John speaks good knowledge. We don't need any help. It's in our hands, absolutely in our own hands. Ivan said that. Ruby, I'm passing that to you. What do you think about that? I agree with that. John's right, and he's also a UConn supporter, so I like John. He's from Massachusetts, so yeah. But Ivan's been saying that. So Ruby, take that.
I mean, if Ivan doesn't have an answer, the idea that I would is just ridiculous. But I do agree in first and foremost what we create as a team and how we're able to live with ourselves, loss, draw, or win, is the quality of our performance. How much of ourselves we give that day. There is luck, you have good days, bad days, but in general, are we meeting the goals we set for ourselves as a team? In training, not just, for scoreboards and stuff. Are we accomplishing the fundamentals that we've been working on or that we've been discussing? I don't know that there's enough time left in the season for there to be something other than a Band-Aid on a potentially, sucking lung wound from a gunshot. Like, we just got to get over the line. We're not going to be able to psychoanalyze and determine the root causes of all of these variables to come up with a beautiful formula, or let's say a cocktail of, Wrexham victory.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it can still happen. Certainly, I believe we're still going to be promoted. I don't know the numbers on the likelihood for title, but I think, like most of us, I'm not so concerned with being top of the table as auto promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And so long as that is still a realistic possibility, I'm not devastated. But yeah, no, I don't have an answer for you on how we fix this for the next few games to make it pretty and cohesive, like the most gorgeous football ballet. And yeah, no, I don't have that answer.
Well, actually, if you did, you'd be the manager. You'd be there, wouldn't you?
Exactly, right? Why would I
be? She could be the manager. Ivan, I got 3 for you. There's only so much squeaky bum time we can take until we follow through and cop a pant load. I don't. Oh, Jesus H. We're monetized with the crap. Adam Cruz says Lee definitely looks frustrated. Old tricks aren't doing anything anymore. Ivan, need to get 10 points and should get promotion. Frustrating that we should have this locked up. And listen, that doesn't mean you need to have a pant load. What say you, Ivan?
So we got 5 games left, right?
I'm going to try to fix your face. There you go.
Fix my face. A lot of people try to do that.
No, you're cut off. Even if you had it all sorted out. Come on.
No, you said what you said, Josh. You said what you said.
Ivan, are you hiding from us? Come on, face up to this guy.
I'm not.
Ruby, you.
I'm only winding you up, but that's better.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just reading the comments. Oh man, Medel is on fire today.
Mm-hmm.
Look, guys, I'm gonna be honest.
No, lie to us.
Gave my
lie. For once, lie.
Lie. Everything is gonna be okay. The boys are gonna take a good, long, hard look at themselves, and Parky knows what he's doing, and everything is gonna be fine.
Nobody believes you.
We don't know that yet, but I think it will be okay. We can get 88 points. Barrow can get 85 at the moment, and MK can only get 83. We're the only two that can do anything, so we're still in our hands. But we can't fail any too much more.
So as a rule, guys, just again from the textbook.
Sorry, hold on. Are you driving?
No, I'm not. I'm just sitting in the car.
He's stationary. The cars are going by him.
Okay, I'm looking at a screen, and I'm like, okay,
he's
sorry.
good. He's good.
So again, as a rule, sort of quoting from the textbook, the games against big teams, strong teams, leaders are usually won by the players because it requires that extra effort from the player to win the battle, to fight. The games against the weaker teams, sort of the sleepers, they are usually won by the coaches because those games are usually won on class, on the system. I let you continue this sentence, right? So, look, I just keep my fingers crossed, and I hope that my prediction that I gave a couple of months ago is wrong. Honestly, I hope it's wrong, and I just hope that everything is going to be okay.
I missed that prediction. What was it?
I'm not going to say anything right now.
Oh, okay, you can't say it? Okay. Somebody can tell me later.
I said as well. I was looking down. I was trying to.
No, he said it.
Josh, you know it. You see, I told you that a long time ago. One of the first couple of streams that we had, I said it.
Yeah, you're.
So
okay.
yeah. So look, I'm very, 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 very hopeful that everything is going to be okay.
Okay.
You've got to give credit to the team overall because at the end there, we had 11 players in their box. We were trying our very, very best to get an equalizer. If a team is lacking that spark, that spirit, that doesn't happen. We were piling. Yeah, okay, maybe the way we were doing it, you're not impressed. But at least they were doing it. They were getting the ball in their box. There was shots going in. There was a few little saves to be made by Doncaster keeper. So, and even Okonkwo was in the box, and he stayed there for 2 corners. I mean, it was a risk, but he did it. I've never seen that before. I can't remember somebody doing that for so long. Anyway. Yeah.
No. Nick Donald says he's talking about Ivan again in the playoffs, and that's not going to end well. If we end up in the playoffs, it's not going to end well. There's a couple things here that I want to get to. The only thing that needs fixing is the players need to stop being overconfident and turn up versus lesser teams. Ivan said that too. I think Ruby said that, and Hugh said that. 15 points left. True, very true. I think we need 11 out of those 15. I don't know the math on that. Carol in HR says, "Hey, Carol. Hey, gang, just finished a big work project. Remember that Wrexham were absolute shite today. Yes, they were." Matt Al says, "No more Dalby. He was on the bench. I should play Arthur Massey. He's going to try and score."
Parkinson, he tried everything. At the end, he thought, well, I might as well put Dalby on as well. You never know.
But where was JM, though, Hugh? Would he
wasn't on the bench. He wasn't on the bench.
Why?
Well... Yeah, you'd have to ask Parky. I can't tell you that. I'm not Parky. I'm not Parky's wingman. I can't. I don't know everything about. I don't know what is inside his head, but I think
he didn't pick up.
Manny is under pressure. He hasn't scored yet, so he will be all edged up, and he doesn't want that on the field in a difficult match. That was my take,
That spoke to me, Hugh, is something Ivan had said several days ago, I think, and it gave me a lot of perspective and watching the movement on the field since then as far as decision making. Because when I was at Tranmere, I was baffled. I had so many sources of context and information by being in the space that for some of the decisions or some of the actions that were taken, I just could not process. You had a stunned crowd leaving the stadium afterwards, just grappling with trying to understand how all that happened. When I have been concerned most of this season about player autonomy on the field, what is their freedom to take initiative on the field and make decisions where they can adapt to the situation. Having Ivan give the perspective of, okay, not so much them having freedom and not being locked into the form of training that's expected by Parky, but instead, in the past, having been lucky in having come up with solutions and to expect that like they're a factory of fix it for situational problems on the field and just generate that over and over. One is a tremendous amount of stress, and two, isn't realistic or reliable a means of securing progress and victory. I saw again today more balls that were getting ready to be thrown in that were delayed because every player, at least within the screen on stream, wasn't coming out for it. No one was making the movement. All our black jerseys were hanging out there. And it wasn't a lengthy delay, right? But it was noticeable. I mean, we're talking about a matter of seconds where nobody was taking the initiative for whatever the reasons, not necessarily because Parky was holding them back, but I was thinking of, okay, what Ivan had said before, who's going to step out and take that risk? And if it goes to shit, be willing to potentially lose that. Oh, do we not get to say those? If it goes to poop.
I don't know yet. It's all weird.
I don't know what the rules are. Okay, when you know the rules, then I'll worry about it. So, if it goes to shit, like, what are the consequences for me? And that was notable to me.
I understand what you're saying. There was a lack of risk taking, really.
Yeah.
A little bit of confidence for the forward and midfield set. Attacking midfield players to do something a bit different, to try something on. Maybe that was it. Maybe they were tired after the match on Friday. I don't know.
I felt like we got out-coached and we got outplayed today. Hands down.
We look tired. Do we have a stats person to tell us how many times have we had this many subs in a match this season?
Sheldon's not here.
Well, it just proved Parky was trying everything he could just to get one goal to get a point. And he did that. So I think you guys should be pleased with him tonight because he did what he put a second half sub which was Barnett, and then he put 4 more, and they were in good time as well. 61 minutes the other two came on. So he
John
did.
John makes a
Maybe
good point right there.
maybe he's listening. I think he must be listening to us.
No,
you know.
John. Well, of course,
Let's
Certainly.
keep going for Wrexham's
John,
sake. You know.
Right.
John actually makes a really good point, and he does. He did a halftime replacement,
100%.
right? He brought in the six, and he but again, we lost. The only reason why he's getting to blame John is because we lost. But zero credit when he wins. So that actually, so
Yeah.
he did everything right. Ivan,
No, hold on.
You said he did everything right.
Hold on. I'm not. We're not blaming him. And look, yeah, genius coach made subs. Yay! Finally, that's okay. The thing is that what I'm talking about is that the performance that we displayed the first half, especially going back to hoofball. That's why I'm talking about Parky. I'm not blaming him or saying that he did wrong subbing. I'm not talking about that subs. You don't need a head coach to do subs. Your assistant coach can do subs. It's not a rocket science to sub people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the way they played the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You give the entire first half away in playing hoofball, and then you expect to correct all the mistakes in the second half. Well, why do you make it so difficult for yourself?
And I heard that in the chats today. Someone said, maybe it was even in the after 90 minutes, something about losing faith in our ability as a team to come back late in the match and equalize or win. And for me, today was that match. It may have happened earlier for other people who have more history and are more knowledgeable with the technical side of the game, but it was definitely today because I was hopeful going into the match. I was pretty hopeful still throughout the match, even though it wasn't going our way, because in the past it has happened. And it didn't today, and it hasn't in some other matches. And so my magic number was apparently today, where I no longer have the confidence going in to our next match that we'll be able to push it to the. I mean, it was probably the 89th minute. What did we go? 10 minutes of overtime today, and I was still thinking we could do it. We had 2 minutes left. I'm like, we've got 2 minutes. This could happen, and that's just not reality.
The ball was in the net. There was an offside decision there. We didn't do enough at the end there, but we didn't do enough for the last 20 minutes when we had control. Well, we were on the attack. They were just defending the last 20, but it just didn't go for us. We didn't do quite enough. But the thing is, you got to give credit to Doncaster. One of their players came off because he went into one of his teammates, but he had to go off, and he's holding his head.
I didn't even realize he was bleeding.
They put their head. They were busting a gut to defend. They knew they had to defend. The Wrexham were going for them, and they did that. They did that. It was tough on both sides.
I was shocked. It wasn't. John makes a point of saying about coaching and everything about playing. This was one of those ones I just didn't expect to happen. That's it. That's it. I think. By the way, Doncaster has won 5 on the bounce. So. So, John, I'm going to put this up there not to cause a problem. I did park the Parky stuff, and I do appreciate John and everything he's saying. What I'm saying is today was one of those ones where it's like it didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Donnie is top of the league form. I didn't expect this to happen. I will take control of this right now. I didn't expect this to happen. The players, I thought. It just didn't happen today. It's away for them. They were up for it. They had nothing to lose or win from this. So they were playing free. I thought we played a little bit scared. I think Parkinson made the right subs at halftime because it was because of the yellow card, whatever. He trusts Barnett. He brought in Gio to control the midfield, taking out Boyle. I thought that was a good sub. I thought coming in, bringing in Fletcher was a good sub. I thought he made – so let's park the – this is still parking the Parkinson stuff. He made the right subs. Things didn't go our way. It didn't go the right way, and it was almost like a compliment. Where sorry, Hugh. 1 second.
You're right, Josh. You're right.
Hold on, Hugh. What Ruby just said. Hold on, Hugh. What Ruby just said was like up until minute 989, we still could have won the game. I felt the same way. We still could have won the game. It just didn't happen today for whatever reason. Sorry, Hugh. Go ahead.
And Ivan, you were saying, we played too much long ball in the first half. You were right, but maybe it wasn't necessarily Parky's idea. It was probably the players. They're thinking, can I pass it to a midfielder? Is he going to be able to? Can we pass it through there? And they were thinking as a team, no. So, and usually Boyle kicks it long anyway. But so I mean, it's not necessarily Parky's fault that we played long ball in the first half. Even probably the players thought we can't do it. But when George came on, there was more consistency in the midfield passing.
All right.
And they were doing that then.
Spanner in there real quick. Spanner in there real quick. This is Dave. He's a Rovers fan. Rovers fan in peace, Ivan.
Right.
We had a dreadful start of the season due to the injury crisis.
Is he coming on the chat?
He's in the chat. But
I can step out. You let him come in and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yep. So good. Sorry, Ivan's sitting quietly. Ruby's sitting quietly. Go ahead. Sorry. It'll get.
Oh, no, I can step out. I wanted you to like do the magic.
No, you are not. You're not going
in.
anywhere. No, you're good. Oh. You're not going anywhere. Yep. He said injury crisis. So he's saying, yeah. Go ahead, Ivan.
I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say against Doncaster. They played well. They deserve the win. I think they played very well, and I wish them all the best. And my issue is not with the Doncaster.
Okay.
Do we know?
And just like I said before, if we have played well, if we have played structured, systematic football, and we would have lost, I would have had nothing to say against Wrexham. Nothing. I would have said we played well, we lost.
Expectations high for this game is what he said. Go ahead. Sorry, Ruby. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was. Do we know the status of the bleeding player that was taken off?
No, by the way, on that note, that was their captain. Why would he see taken off not on a stretcher? I'm sorry. He should have been taken off on a stretcher. That guy was walked off. I don't like that at all.
I was confused there. I saw a stretcher come on, and he was still on the floor. And then later, I saw him walk off. So I don't know what happened there.
Maybe they get some sort of say in how if they're mobile, maybe they get to determine for themselves as opposed to American.
Yeah. There must have been a change of mind. Obviously, he thought, well, I can walk off. But he did. He was bending his head. He's bending his shoulders right now.
He looked in rough shape.
He needed help to walk off as well.
I couldn't see him on the stream, and I thought that he might have been one of the people just hamming it up. Just the glare from Fletch made me think that the excessive amount of bodies on the ground was maybe drama. And then apparently the poor guy holding the towel to his head and walking off, I had no idea blood had been spilled.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what happened, he collided with one of his own players, actually.
Oh,
I'll have to check. I'll have to watch the replay, but I think it was a collision between two Doncaster players. But another thing on Doncaster, what I like so much, I like them because they didn't. I know the goalkeeper may have held on a little bit, but they didn't waste time that much. They were confident in themselves. They didn't waste time. They could have. A lot of teams do that against us when they're 1-0 up. They played well. They played a good sporting game as well. I mean, they were talented. There was nobody that could pass.
I'll give John credit here. Maybe we're talking about sides of our asses. He did everything to complain out. So how do we go about and get out coached? On that note, Stream Dave says they're the most informed team at the moment. We are a passing team that always try. They kept the ball on the ground. They wanted to do that. We might win in the replay. Yeah, they kept the ball on the ground. I think it was an expectation thing today, and I think it's more frustration on everything else than us. For me personally, not like being able to knows anything, everything, but it's like I think I'm more frustrated. That's it, and that's why I want to do the show tonight. I want to do Wrexham reaction tonight and open it up to everybody. But we'll pass it around. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Pass it around real quick. Go Ruby, and Hugh, and if we want to stay on, we can close it out. What do you think?
Do you want to bring that Doncaster fan into the chat so we can talk to him?
Hold on 1 second. If we can handle Straith, Dave, come on in if you want to come in. You want to deal with my bad internet? Go ahead.
Straith, I'm like the actor.
Yeah, Joel. Okay. The B movie. Yeah, good. Ivan, what are you thinking?
Next game. Move on to the next game. Play the next game. Mm-hmm. Learn from your mistakes. And we just like Andy was saying in the comments, if this team loses, another team draws, and then the third team loses points too, then we still go up. So that's what I mean. We probably going to need help here, but move on to the next game. Do better.
Yeah,
Play better.
I mean, football, as we know, in the 22 season, football can be very cruel.
Yeah.
You know, you can do almost everything right, and it's just one little thing, you
It's
know,
football.
goal difference or something like that. You know, so, but let's hope we can just.
We should
I
beat
think if we
Colchester
do-
on Saturday.
Well, we should, but see, we've got to play Forest Green. They're on a bit of a charge at the moment. They beat Crewe 3-0. We've got to play Crewe as well away. No, yeah, it is away. So, well, there's no matches are easy now, but I hope Doncaster are playing some of our rivals because I think they do some damage. They're on fire at the moment.
Well, I think what you were saying before, Hugh, I would offer if somebody wanted a shorthand instead of going through all the pain of that season, they just need to watch Wales's last Euro match. Because for me, that was a tremendous tutorial in how cruel football can be.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Thank God I support
Yeah,
Italy.
Wales were, I would say, were the better team over the 90 and the extra time. No, well, yeah. But, well, it's just penalties, yeah. But I think the crueler thing was our failure in 2022 when Grimsby had a good side then. And they beat us 5-4. And I think Parkinson, as I've said a few times recently, he was absolutely gutted with that. And so were the fans and the players and everybody. And it was, but
Decent
you
love,
know,
says John. The Wrexham fans, still in our hands. You can ask more for that. We got to keep moving on. Let's. Sorry, Hugh. I apologize. Wrap it. I got to jump to. I got to work that to deal with. All right. Last quick 30 seconds for everybody. Hugh, I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds. Ivan, then we're going to Ruby. 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, we've just. I think after a loss, you think, well, if we lose away, we've got to win again. We're going to try and win this time. It'll be different tactics altogether, but let's get it right and put as much as they can and stop this long ball. It doesn't really work. It doesn't really work.
I agree.
We've only got one big guy up front, usually Palmer, yeah, and I don't think he's up for getting all these balls anyway. So let's play through the midfield. If we can't, well, I don't know. But it'll be easier. They're playing Colchester.
Let's go. Let's go. We'll get you on this week, Hugh. We'll get you on this week, Hugh. Good to see you, man. Get some rest. Put that hat back on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I wear it to keep the temper. I don't need the temperature so high in the house, because it's still winter over here, really. It's But
right.
By the way, Ivan. Just on my last word now. Ivan, I understand you got it. You see that the Wrexham hasn't got maybe the right plan, the plan that you would have. They're playing a structured sort of game. I understand that, but it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. We can't do much about it, but maybe things will change. Hopefully we'll get promotion and we can.
We'll get promoted.
Things could change. We can go into we need to go into development mode next season. That's if we get promotion. To change a few things, bring some other players, bring some younger players, bring our own players through the youth system and all that. Because we are spending a lot of money at the moment. Anyway, that's my lot now.
We'll see you this week, Hugh. Good to see you on. We'll see you in the chat. You're a good man. Go turn the heat on. Thanks. All right. That's Hugh out. Go ladies first. There you go.
Oh, okay. I guess for me, this was the first match where, it was the first time I was disappointed. I am a relatively new fan, and I'm just happy Wrexham exists. And obviously we've had other losses, but I felt it most today. And I appreciate what Hugh was saying about, Ivan preferring structure and whatnot. But I feel that something else Ivan has said before is not just the rigidity of a structure, but when you have that foundation, it frees you to become more creative, but not just more creative on the fly, but to have consistency that you can rely upon the success of those, stepping outside the bounds, taking spontaneity. That's the word I'm looking for. So I look forward in the long term to us achieving those things, because I think we've got the talent and the potential. And that's why I was sad today, is because I believe, as I'm sure almost all of us do, in the potential of this team. We've seen enough of it to taste, and it didn't go our way. There are a lot of reasons why. And the best thing about it is being able to come into these spaces with people like you and everyone in the chat or on X and just talk it out, because there's nothing rational about how we love the sport or this team. So we all get frustrated in the moment when it's still fresh and heated. I used to think that that's something that happened to other people, but having experienced it now, this decompression, I mean, I don't know if there's actually therapy just for sports.
No, you could be the local pundit whisperer. You could be the local pundit whisperer. Like, you can come on.
Guys, sorry, my phone is about to die.
I
apologize.
Well, that's all I had to say.
What the word you were looking for is improvisation within the system.
Yeah.
So which is great. Which is exactly, you pretty much you said it perfect. Can't add or take away anything. My 30 seconds. If I can address the players of Wrexham Football Club, boys, get together, talk to each other, talk amongst one another, come up with the plan, which will allow you to show your best qualities in the best way possible in order to maximize your potential and execute that plan. All right, lads? It's all on you. There is nobody else that can help you. Go for it.
Yeah, Ivan, I will see you this week. Good man. By the way, there's a Burger King behind you. Can you get me a large fry if you can do?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to go there right now.
All right, go charge your phone. I'll talk to you this week. We'll do more shows. Good to see you, man.
Thank you. Love you guys. See you.
Now, there you go. Ruby.
Yeah, he totally looks like an extra large fry kind of guy, doesn't he?
I love it. Are you in Kansas? Where are you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're in Kansas. Okay. Ruby, you're always welcome on the show. You're in the Discord, right?
Yes, I am. And I am totally not hurt that you can't remember that.
What? It's been a long day. My internet.
Did you get the one guy who was trying to come in earlier this morning? Oh, you don't even know.
Of course I did.
You did. That's what you're going to say now.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
Josh is too famous to be able to deal with the little people now.
By
the way, Carol, I love your profile pic. I love the stormtrooper with the bowie slash.
I am so rare. I can't. Oh man.
Al, we're waiting for you, Al.
Yeah, I have a private chat. Good chat, Hugh. Thank you, Hugh.
Yes, thank you, Hugh. It's always great to hear from you.
Hold on. Jeez, I
can't see all the things you can see. I only see the one you click.
Okay, there you go. John says you're mostly new fans. That's the thing. New and fans, not coaches. So let's be fans.
That's a good point.
The team. Yeah, John's great. I love John. I think he's really good. It keeps. He has a well-versed fan perspective, and he's also wants to be positive. I get it, and today was just an unfortunate day, and it's really tough that it happened. But
from you learning from folks who've been fans longer or been more involved in the sport, if not the team, really helps me appreciate as a fan. I feel like it enriches me and empowers me as a fan. It's not really a space that I come where I'm really wanting to second guess decisions. I just want to understand any of the decisions or consequences of actions better, so that when we have a loss or we have a win within context, I can appreciate its quality better.
Yep.
But that's an excellent point. You don't try to be in charge of it. Sure.
No, and that's the thing. What's great about this, we have 5 games left, and we have the whole summer, so it's great. I'm going to see you up north. Yes.
When you say north,
I say at the game against Chelsea.
oh, Santa Clara. Okay, right. I was just sorry. Your north and my north are very different.
Right.
It's like, really, where are you going? You know?
Yeah. Sorry, my
Yes,
hairy arm stayed this way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because from the other stream, my camera's in reverse now, so this stuff's on different sides. But yeah, I do have a ticket to Santa Clara. If they release another location that would in some way be more ideal for me, I might sell it and go to the other location. But I would really like to know where they're going to be for the rest of the tour.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know.
They have to tell us, or we won't be able to show up.
Well, yeah, we're gonna, but TLP's we're gonna do a like a tailgate and everything, all that stuff. So you're coming. You're coming.
Yes. At this point, barring a change, yes, I'm coming to Santa Clara. Well, aren't we having a barbecue? Tailgate?
Tailgate. Yeah, we're gonna old fashioned tailgate. We're gonna be barbecue. Everything. It's gonna be awesome. I love it.
Well, I mean, sure. I'm not bringing stuff on my carry-on on the plane.
No. We'll make it happen.
Let's do some Santa Clara barbecue. Yeah.
Let's get some Santa Clara barbecue. At least, hey, you know what? At least we can laugh at the end of the day. It's all good.
We can laugh at ourselves.
Yeah. Debut for you on the local pundit today, which is awesome. You are always welcome. You are in the Discord because I know that, obviously. Obviously.
It's falling apart. We're falling apart again, Josh.
we were never together. What are you talking about? We're never together. That's what I love about
separately.
Yeah, I don't like. No, I'm saying never get out of the local pundit. I told you I work at 75%. If we're at 75%, we're at 100. Probably at 55% today with a loss. It's all good. So it's all good.
No, you've done great. I've really felt for you with your technical issues earlier because I think that you would have been a great contribution to the broader conversation. That was
no one puts baby in the corner. I got in the corner.
Well, I mean, we won't have a discussion about whether or not that was merited, but I'm just saying it's been a real privilege to follow you and all the regulars in your chat. I've learned a lot. Much like I think John was saying earlier, it's not. I was initially only getting perspectives really from Wales and broadened that. And I'm really glad I did from other Americans. We don't all have the same perspective, but in the collaboration of all these different spaces, I mean, Ivan's in New Zealand and, they're there to us. So I really appreciate having all these different folks give their views, even if I don't agree with it, because it just helps me get a better understanding of the overall picture. And that's what I want. I want to be a better fan for Wrexham because they deserve good fans.
Yeah. And you're making everyone else better too. And I'm happy you're with us and you always have our home here. And I'm glad you're in Discord that I know that obviously. No, I'm happy to have you on. It's I say, okay. So this goes back to about maybe 2 months ago. I listened to you on a space with Stace and
it's been so long since we did spaces.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, Ruby Slippers, like you had good takes. And I was like, oh shoot, I'd love to get her on, and we finally connected, which is great. So I think this is what this is why I started doing this. A couple of things too, like meeting new people around the world. I travel around the world, and my equalizer is football. I love football. I've been following it since 2006, whatever it is. But the equalizer is football. I can go anywhere in the world, like, hey, who do you support? Bang, done. And we just have a conversation. And this is kind of what this is about. And Wrexham, I think, is bringing it to a more like centralized thing. We all can be together. And I love what we're doing here. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it myself. So, that's my humble opinion.
Yeah, it's like Baskin Robbins. I mean, you've got a bunch of different flavors, more than 30. There's something for everyone. And if one particular group isn't necessarily where you feel most heard or most appreciated, there are other Wrexham fan groups that will have exactly your take and support your views. And you don't have to stick in one spot. And I think it's okay to challenge one another in addition to support one another. And hopefully it's healthy and it's well-intentioned. And as we all grow from it. And I'm really excited for the team. I'm optimistic. I don't know if I'm going to think about that, but Saturday's coming, and I'm glad Saturday's coming.
Yeah.
And that's what I've got.
Sometimes, by the way, like today was not the greatest, and sometimes it's okay to say, you know, like, oh, we should, you know, and that's
I feel real good in this chat, but I clearly haven't. We haven't had enough hours yet for me to apparently cross the threshold of my first great disappointment and say woo. But other people have made it. They've had more reps, like Hugh or some of the other folks, you know, online, that they can go through the grieving process faster. You know, I'm still learning. Who was it?
Who was it that put you
into Josh?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I'm missing it. Yeah.
It's Matt Allen.
Yeah, but if he means how did I run into? I'm sure that you were on X or something, and then I eventually went and found you on YouTube and saw, you know, one of your first streams.
It's not that we're not the fastest growing YouTube channel in the United States for Wrexham.
It's not, or it is?
It is.
Well done. Well done. I mean, it's outpacing, you know, a lot of competition because there are places to go. And I certainly like to keep my view well-rounded. But I'm sure.
But that's what I like too the most. And sorry, I know we're getting sideways here. I like the fact that, like, I like the Red Horde. I think he does great work. Subscribe to Red Horde. I like Racecourse Ramble, all that stuff. I think that's the indicative of what Wrexham has done, what Rob and Ryan have done. And I like that. I actually think this is so good for it, because a lot of other fan channels, they're all like, don't talk to that guy, don't talk to this gal, whatever. This is what's great about Wrexham and what it's doing, and it's like in the community, and I really appreciate it. So I'm very just happy to be a part of it.
The culture, and that was part of what attracted me, not just from the documentary in it was really season 2 that cemented that for me, is you saw what response they'd had after season 1 within the community and how they kept paying that forward. And they did that before the takeover. They did it before the documentary. I've said on a number of different platforms, I think that because, especially in Wales, a lot of the institutions that were supposed to be there for the people failed them. And as you go through, you know, like Andy's walk, as he's itemized the Gresford disaster response, you see that. So you have a community that's used to looking after their own. And that, you know, is because they couldn't depend on anyone else. And that is their culture. I like to think of it as like the Wrexham Mafia. You know, you mess with one of them.
Well, I'm Italian.
Everybody in Wrexham is going to know about it, but nobody outside of Wrexham is going to. It's like there are all these rumors that people allude to, but most of us don't know because it stays in Wrexham. So, like, don't.
Or it's Vegas.
Yeah, that's more impressive. That's more impressive if it doesn't get out of Vegas. But for me, yes, that passing it forward, the inclusion, absolute strangers. I mean, I'm an American. I'm a woman. I'm new to football as a fan, and I have not had a negative experience. I've been, you know, told that I could ask questions from the very beginning, and I took people up on that, which led to today. And I just want to also perpetuate that forward. If I received this kind of welcome, then I want to create a space where other people are treated with that same kind of consideration and dignity. So.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what this is all about. And please ask. I mean, I don't know anything about. I'm just here, a guy pushing a button. You know. Remember?
I think you've got the right goals, the right tone. You're including people. You're extending the offer. People are showing up, and a community is being built because, specifically at the local pundit, you created the space for those people to come together with common interests or differing perspectives. And it's growing organically. And I think it's, you know, a natural talent on your part that you make people feel at ease, and that they're willing to, especially with Mansfield. Wow. Did you say they took up most of your 55 minutes? They felt very comfortable talking to you about
because it's not about their team. It's not about me. It's about, I brought them on. Let's have a conversation. It's not about me. It's about
them. They were extremely well spoken. They were so informative. I loved what they shared about the culture of their club, because, you know, I certainly don't get the impression that's the norm of having a club that's not toxic. So I'm really happy for them on those accomplishments. But I think you have made a great space. I'm glad to have been a part of it. I know we've run over.
You can be a regular. Everyone can be a regular. You are always welcome. And you know, by the way, John says, "Good to see you twice in one day, Ruby."
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Josh is going to need a bigger hat by the time we Get the
Oh,
Aaron.
come on.
Wow.
Don't worry. I've got a pin somewhere. It's
Yeah,
not.
you're right.
It won't last. Did you catch
Yeah.
the rest of the show?
Do you know how hard? Producer Ann is like my biggest critic, and she's like, so I get it. I walk out here and be like, "What'd you do today?" That stuff. So, but no, you guys, I appreciate it. And Ruby, it's good to see you twice in one day. So,
Well, it's good to see you not talk like
yeah,
it.
I know. I'll pay my bill. Awesome. All right, I will see you this week. You're coming back on at some point.
Sure.
I will message you. All right. And on that bombshell. All right. Yeah, that was Ruby. She's in the house. Hugh was in tonight. Ivan was in tonight. It was a good call. Good watch along. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Ruby, for coming on. First time caller, long time listener. It's 3:20 a.m. and for Matt Al. So that was fun. Not a great day. She's great. Carol, she is great. She's going to come back anytime. Not a great day today. Wanted to get up. It was a wake-up call for us. Had a lot of good takes today. We're on for 90 minutes. Really appreciate everything. We did a long time. Hugh, thank you so much. No, you get out of here. Ivan doesn't get upset. He gets happy. Hugh was in the house. He had his hat on. So we'll be back tomorrow. Get back tomorrow for a show. We will recover from this on a Wednesday. Don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to pick the bones out of that, what we did today. We'll be back in tomorrow morning. Aaron's going later, guys. Later, man. Good to see you. Get involved in the chat, the Discord. Drop a like on it. Share, subscribe. Get involved in the memberships. We're going to grow the memberships, and we do have merch coming. Producer Ann has promised that. She's working on it right now. We're going to do hats, shirts, all the stuff, So it's all fun. Go follow the Red Horde. Go follow Racecourse Ramble, Dazzle. All the guys are all on the Discord as well. Big community happening, not just on this channel. So support everyone. Really happy about it. So on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.